So he has discharged the dark desires from his mind, said sorry to her and promised that he will never be seeing her again. Before parting for good, he has offered her 20 taels of gold, helping her get a spacious house. And good luck comes to her. The 20 taels of gold house yesterday has amounted to 45 taels in the next morning. Although she cannot count fluently, she has calculated in her head. And as the calculation results in profits, she will sell the house and get another one. The process repeats, and she has become a famous real estate trader by chance. And it has been not too long before her name has become familiar with many extremely wealthy persons in the set of trade and restorative families of Saigon. In the 1980s, when many persons have encountered their hard lives, she has enjoyed a wealthy life with tens of cars and villas worth billions of Viet Nam đồng. Being beautiful and wealthy, and having a wide circle of acquaintances, she can easily look for herself an ideal husband. Setting up her own blissfully cozy house to compensate for her last days of poverty and miseries. But Miss Tieu Huong has turned her head away from such the lifestyle. The wealthy and luxury life cannot stop her from remembering the good strides of abundant children, the poor hardship of the disabled, and the ardent socialization of the lonely elderly. Anyway, she thinks she is healthy, with powerful hands and brain to better herself. She has been luckier than the lepers, the deaf and dumb, or the blind. They have nothing but their physically extreme pain, along with preaching and scornful claim from some people. They have hurried her into doing charity so that they will have the second Huynh Tieu Huong as she has been in the life. Since the 1990s, her house has become a home, a reliable address, and a safe place for the unhappy. Here they can have meals, take rest, and be cared by her soft hands. She has treated them as her relatives, willingly cleans her wounds, and cooked them their meals herself. Her sweet and hospitality has made them feel more comforted. The lonely childhood has enabled her to further cherish their company. In other words, they have been complementing one another, so she has identified the giving with the getting. Apart from protecting them, Miss Tieu Huong has also given financial support to hundreds of street urchins for their business enlargement and helped thousands of abundant children go to schools or job training centers. But she has other dreams to fulfill. She wants to have a large piece of land to set up a humanity center for the sake of orphan children, street children, and the disabled, and so on. The center will have classes, playgrounds, exercises doing sports, rehabilitation ward for the disabled children, and other facilities as well. For all of her life, she has never gone to schools. So within her reach, she wants her children to go to schools, the schools she used to dream about. After countless efforts, eventually, Huynh Humanity Center, her dream home, has been set up in 2001. Nearly 7 years since its inception, the center has so far housed nearly 400 orphan and disabled children. The expenditure for their learning, meals, and daily activities have amounted to over 100 million Viet Nam đồng each month. It is really a financial burden to Miss Tieu Huong, but she has done her bit to bring in the best to her children at any cost. Apart from good meals and nice clothes, she has devoted herself to help create a brilliant future for them. In particular, she has put great priorities to their learning. She has sent lots of children to community classes so that they can confidently integrate into the society. But she has also invited teachers to the center to work with the deaf and the blind. Some with artistic aptitude have learned to sing, to dance, or to play musical instruments. Some have joined driving schools, courses on knitting, embroidering, and so on. Her activities and affection have been well deserted to the saying, as generous as mothers have been by nature. During all of the life, her living mottos always based on the Confucianism teachings of humanity, righteousness, propriety, wisdom, and sincerity. She believes that one always gains success if their action stems from a pure heart or mind. But if one wants to survive, better themselves to mark their positions in the world, then the only pure heart is not enough. One has to turn to the wisdom for proper behaviors, especially in an unsuccessful and hard-lot, bullied and scorned by other persons. Miss Tieu Huong has extended the patience to survive and overcome the life's beatings. And after seeing successes, she has not allowed herself to turn her back on the benefactors who have been side by side with her during the most miserably hard positions. So she has always thought about the filial piety sent to the life, the relatives, and the benefactors. She has taught these virtues to her adopted children as well. In addition, over the last years, she has paid attention to sincerity, as she thinks the virtue helps you win other person's trust and respect. She has always preserved well the Vietnamese spirit and characters. And these very virtues has enabled her to sustainably survive in the immense and impermanent life. Keeping addicted to charity missions, Miss Tieu Huong has been still single at the age of 42, and maybe due to worrisome and over-exertion to fulfill the parental duties, she has fallen seriously ill. Now she suffers from breast cancer, a vascular disease of the heart, has an intestine tumor, and has to live on dialysis. Her life as fragile as a hanging oil lamp in winds, but the poor woman has not thought of her own body. So she has offered all the money she has to the unhappy, from the lonely elderly, the disabled, to the poor, but thirsty for knowledge children. Each day in her life, she wants her hands to stay wider to protect these persons. She's not afraid of death, but what makes her feel most terrified in her life is that if she dies, then there is nobody to care for the children. So instead of taking rest for convalescence, she has been making all our efforts to carry out her plans towards the children. The three most coveted wishes of all her life are to build a humanity center for the unhappy children, to help them to go to schools, and to set up a charitable hospital. Her first two dreams have come true, but the long nurtured dream of building the charitable hospital has not been realized yet, due to scanty finance. She has always longed for benefactors' donations everywhere so that she can carry out the third dream. Looking back on the last years, Miss Tieu Huong has always given silent thanks to the life that has offered her resilient wills and lucid thinking, helping her choose the right path to the spirit of virtual purity, despite the ultimate flies. On the eve of Mid-Autumn Festival of 2007, she underwent a critical coma of 4 hours. Everybody was fully scared, thinking that she would have passed away. But to her, she met the Virgin Mary in the coma, and the Virgin showed her the future way, meaning the sharing and giving. After that night, Miss Tieu Huong has been initiated into the Catholicism world. She has come to Nguyễn Sĩ Church in Ho Chi Minh City to talk about her life. She has also visited the poor, the knowledge-thirsty for children at King Long Parish in Tây Ninh Province to help them. A few people know that she was christened on December 8, 2007, and accepted the Immaculate Conception as her tutelary genius. Now whenever she feels her heart is loaded with grief, she often says her prayers to the Virgin Mary. To her, it seems that there have no boundaries among religion. Therefore, being atheistic, entering the Buddha's gate, or returning to the Creator, her heart will stay wide open to all the very poor. And after all, the final destination that various types of religion want to aim at is the love among human beings and the good in the society.